Hello D&D Nation, welcome to this, the 5th video on the subject of my upcoming adventure/campaign expansion, Prey of the Black Wolf. Today's video is about the mini maps that will be part of this new product. Because of the subject matter that is being presented here, there will be some spoilers. So if you are a player in your group and would like to play Prey of the Black Wolf, you may want to stop the video now and send the link to your DM. It would be a shame to spoil all the fun of the adventure by discovering its secrets here. Now that we have the spoiler alert out of the way, let's get on to the meat of the video, the maps. The first map is a map of the northern half of the Core Lands. It is 42 by 20 and 1/2 inches. This map is an improved version of part of the Core Lands map from the old 2nd edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Ravenloft Red Box campaign setting, shown here. As you can see, I have added terrain features and made graphic markers to denote the difference in size of villages, towns, and cities. The reason I did not draw the southern half of the core is the adventure takes place mostly in Tempest and ends up in Darkon. Because of this, I included both domains on the map. Darkon being so large, I went ahead and drew at least part of all the domains that are contiguous to it as well. The next map is a regional one. It zooms in on where the adventure takes place, namely Tempest and part of southern Darkon. Also on this map is the domain Keening, as well as a portion of Novavasa, Borka, and Falkovania. The version you see here is the DM's map. It contains some details that are left off of the player's map. This map's dimensions are 20 1/4 by 12 inches. After the Tempest regional map, the next map zooms in even further to the village of Keeley, where the adventure starts. Because this map is intended to take up half a page in the adventure book, it is only 6 1/2 by 4 1/2 inches in size. It marks 15 locations in the village of Keeley that your players can visit while investigating the whereabouts of Elgin the Wolf. Up to 3/4 of the playtime of this adventure may take place in Keeley, depending on what your players choose to do, of course. After the village map, next comes a pair of maps drawn for a sewer encounter. The first is a map for the DM showing the parts of Keeley's sewer that the player characters will have access to. Because this map is strictly for the DM, it is another half-page map, measuring 6 1/2 by 4 1/2 inches. This map shows, relative to the buildings above, the parts of Keeley's sewer that the player characters are going to be led through to meet with the Dark Brotherhood. Once the player characters have reached their location for their meeting with the Dark Brotherhood, we can switch to the encounter map for the sewer. The map you see here is the player's version. Like all the other encounter maps, this map has both a player's and DM's version. The dimensions of the sewer encounter map are 24 by 12 inches. Our next map brings us back up to the surface. It shows Keeley's graveyard. The graveyard is located in a natural hollow that encloses it on 2 sides with bluffs, while the front is partitioned from the world beyond by mausoleums and a wrought iron gate. The graveyard is located just a few hundred yards east of Keeley. The graveyard encounter map measures 24 by 24 inches. Turning north brings us to the location of the next encounter map. This encounter takes place in Aliana's cottage. Aliana lives in a small cottage. Because of this, the map of her cottage is sized to match. This map measures 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 inches. For more information about Aliana, Elgin the Wolf, and several other important NPCs, you can check out my video entitled New Ravenloft NPCs. I'll put a link in the description below. From the cottage, the clues point the player characters even further north to a silver mine. Along the way to the mine, the first true combat encounter occurs. Up to this point, the player characters have had a choice as to whether they would talk or fight. This encounter begins with the party being ambushed by unseelie sprites. See my video, Prey of the Black Wolf Monsters, for more information on unseelie sprites. Link in the video description. This encounter happens at night when the player characters come across an abandoned wagon with a dead horse still attached. As soon as the party moves in to investigate, they are set upon by a horde of unseelie. This encounter map is 12 1/2 by 8 inches. At last, the party reaches the location that all the clues have been pointing toward, the Candlestick Mountain Silver Mine. There are 4 maps for this location. The first is the map that shows the overall layout of the mine. This map is just for the DM, so it has the same half-page size as the other DM maps. Next, there's a trio of encounter maps. The first of these shows the mine entrance. As the party leaves the mine, they will be attacked here by a loup-garou whelp. This map is 12 by 18 inches. Next comes a battle map for a combat encounter that takes place in a dead-end mine shaft. The player characters will have to fight their way through a pack of gobrats to get out of this encounter alive. The gobrat encounter map is 9 inches by 7 inches. Finally, the party finds Elgin the Wolf in the bowels of the silver mine. Because this encounter could devolve into a brawl, I drew a map for it. The Elgin's Cavern encounter map is 15 inches wide by 8 inches tall. After the party, and potentially Elgin, leave Candlestick Mountain, they head for Elgin's other hideout in the woods. This is where the final battle takes place. The party must survive the onslaught of a loup-garou. Elgin's old hideout is a cabin that's been built into a dugout spot in a bluff. This map shows it with the roof removed so that you can see its interior. The hideout map is 16 inches by 12 inches. Maybe now you understand why I am calling Prey of the Black Wolf a campaign expansion. I am adding a great deal of detail to the region the adventure takes place in. If we include both players' and DM's maps in our counts, Prey of the Black Wolf will have 21 original maps to enrich your Ravenloft campaign. There is far more than just maps in this product. I have written up detailed descriptions of the people and places of Keeley as well. In addition to all that, Prey of the Black Wolf also introduces new monsters to add to your Madman's menagerie. So that brings us to the end of this video about the maps of Prey of the Black Wolf. My next video should be about a new simple way to run Tarot card readings. This method will also be featured in Prey of the Black Wolf. Thank you for your support. You can find Prey of the Black Wolf this spring on the Dungeon Masters Guild. If you would like to know more about Prey of the Black Wolf, you can subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications of my progress update videos. Until my next video, I hope you have a great day.